universe mode, making about 50 different wrestlers, custom shows, custom belts, all of the above. And I have tried many times to sit here and record this little series I wanted to do. I was going to run it on my second channel, but it just hasn't really worked out. The amount of time and editing it would take, it's just not really feasible to do it. So I'm just going to kind of do an overview of this universe mode and what could have been. So first and foremost, let's look at our shows. My idea for this universe mode was a promotion called IWF, the International Wrestling Federation, and it's comprised of wrestlers from Oceania, Asia, Europe, South America, North America, and Africa. So, every continent except for Antarctica, basically. It was going to be broadcast on Monday nights on YouTube. That was sort of my thinking. And the main show was called Surge, IWF Surge. That was the weekly show. Then we had a number of pay-per-views as well. So some of them have already come and gone, but we have Dead End here as the one that, when I had stopped recording, we were about to record Dead End, and I realized, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere with this. Friday Night Fury happens every single month on one Friday. Clash at the Cathedral, that is a show taking place at Arena, Mexico, the Cathedral of Lucha Libre. That's that pay-per-view. Here we have Descent, Friday Night Fury again. Shine. This is going to be a pay-per-view that was just the women's wrestlers in the company doing a show in Japan. Cataclysm, sort of a dark, scary, gothic themed pay-per-view. Another Friday Night Fury, and then Wrestle Universe, the two-night sort of WrestleMania equivalent for the IWF Wrestle Universe. And let's take a look at our champions here. So, how do I go to my edit championship? So we have the IWF Global Championship, which is the top belt in the promotion, and it is an intergender belt, and that is currently held by the Cowboy, Casey Cashman. And my thinking for this series that I was going to record was that Cashman was sort of the long-time ace, the top face of this promotion, but he was getting up there in age and he announced his retirement. And there was basically going to be a series of Gauntlet matches at every single pay-per-view, a tournament of sorts, knockout tournament, deciding who would challenge Casey Cashman at Wrestle Universe for the Global Championship. And then through those monthly tournaments being held at the different pay-per-view shows, there would be storylines wrapped up in each of them. One of them including this man here. Now, I did not start the universe mode with him holding this men's international championship belt, but he defeated his embittered rival to win it. We'll get to them later. But this is Kid Alpha. Now, Kid Alpha is one of the two sort of presumed heirs to the throne. The other one, like I said, I'll show you in a minute. And whereas Kid Alpha, he had to work hard and put in the hours to get to his position, his rival was all natural talent. And they basically are a constant thorn in each other's side, undermining each other, things like that. And I was going to sort of build it up where you pretty much assume one of the two of them will be the one that wins the global championship. But their rivalry and inability to pay attention to anything outside of each other would ultimately end up costing them, and somebody unexpected would win the global championship instead. I had not decided who that person would be, by the way. Then we have our IWF Women's International Championship, and that is held by Sofia Valentina. She is the sort of top heel, well, not the top heel, but one of the top heels in the women's division. The top heel in the women's division is down here, but maybe in the singles women's division, I should say, she's the top heel. Not afraid to do dirty tricks and, basically do whatever it takes to win and hold on to her championship belt. Then we have the Underground Championship. So, every single pay-per-view, there has to be at least one underground match, and the IWF Underground Championship must be defended at that match. So basically, this belt is mandatory, defended at every single pay-per-view in an underground match. That's sort of one of the trademarks that I was going to create for the promotion. The current champion is Justin Lee. The Dark Horse, Justin Lee, that's his nickname. And he had defeated longtime champion Haru, who I think over the course of the videos I recorded defended it at 3 pay-per-views to win the Underground Championship. And I had not had him defend it yet. Now we come to our biggest heels in the company, and there are global tag team champions. So we only have one tag team belt, and it is an intergender belt. So we can have mixed tag teams win it. We can have male versus female tag teams all trying to win the belt. And the belt was held by a different tag team, but ultimately this tag team, the Disciples of Darkness, the two biggest evil, dirty heels in the IWF, won the championship. And they frequently will, ambush their opponents before a match, hit them with the belt, knock out a referee, and do chair shots, things like that, to retain their belt. And they're basically going on a rampage of terror against all the other tag teams in the promotion and holding these belts hostage. And on the left there, that is Avalanche, and then El Sinisterio is the masked wrestler there, and he actually has a pretty big rivalry, or he would have had a pretty big rivalry outside of this tag team division, but I didn't get to the position to have that rival come in yet. That rival was going to show up at the Arena Mexico show, but I'll show you who that would have been in a moment. Okay, so those are our major belts, and then we get to our two mid-card belts. These are also intergender belts, both of these. So the first is the Eternal Dragon Championship, and I sort of had this backstory where this was a belt that some defunct Japanese Japanese promotion had back in the 60s or 70s or something, and the IWF somehow got their hands on this title, and they have revived it, but only masked wrestlers are allowed to challenge for this belt. So it's basically purely a belt defended against and fought for between the various masked wrestlers in this promotion, of which there are many. And then we have the YouTube Championship. Like I said, my sort of headcanon for this promotion is that all of the matches are broadcast on YouTube, sort of like how CMLL does it. And, there's like the TBS Championship, the TNT Championship, that sort of thing. Well, we'll have the YouTube Championship, and the current champion is America's sweetheart, Christina Stone. She is one half of a tag team that is probably the biggest challengers at the moment to the Disciples of Darkness, although because they're a face faction and they're a heel faction, they play out quite differently. So there's our champions and our belts. Let's see, we look at the roster. How do is there a way to only see the ones in this promotion? I don't know how. Hold on. Let me look real quick, and I'll pause and I'll go look and come back. Okay, so I did find a way to do it. Now the allies and enemies and stuff, I only was somewhat keeping up with those, so don't pay a ton of attention to that, but we'll go alphabetically. Alexa Sunshine, she's one of the bigger faces in the women's division, and she is the main challenger for the Women's International Championship. I believe she is from France, very technical style wrestler. Ana Reyes from Mexico. She's sort of bouncing around in the Midcard at the moment. I was gonna set her up in a feud with somebody that I hadn't introduced yet in the recording, and she was also gonna have a feud with Alexa Sunshine up here. She's not really a heel, she's sort of an in-betweener. Now, like I said, Avalanche is the biggest heel in the women's division. Her whole entire character, well, her and Elsa Stereo, the Disciples of Darkness, they just wanted to cause absolute havoc, wreak terror on everybody, and basically just ruin the company. That was their whole angle, and she is one of the Global Tag Team Champions. Bella Cruz from San Diego. She is sort of like a powerhouse, just strong, super jacked, muscular chick who just comes out and throws huge strikes and power bombs and things of that nature. Sort of like a, what's her name from WWE? Everyone calls her the Tiny Chief. I actually don't know her actual name because everyone calls her Tiny Chief. But she was a recent call-up. I think that's sort of vibe. She's also a challenger for that Women's International Championship. Big Rick Daniels, he is in a tag team with Casey the Cowboy Cashman. They don't really challenge for the Global Tag Team belts. They just kind of show up sometimes. Big Rick Daniels doesn't do a ton of matches, just sort of a lot of the giant versus giant matches. He's like 6'7", 300 pounds, big sort of American hillbilly, redneck type, big just hoss. Just a big ol' hoss. Big Shot Brody is the leader of of a faction called Money Incorporated. Their whole thing is like trying to build up their faction and earn as much money as possible. We'll get into all the tag teams in a little bit, but yeah, he's basically sort of a manager type. Think like a Samoa Joe, I suppose. If you look at like the modern AEW, they are a heel faction, but they're heels in the sense like I said, they just want to make as much money as possible. They're not like vicious heels. Blackjack, he's a part of the Misfits, which is a sort of heel faction led by Jimmy James, and he's also within that faction a member of a tag team with El Duarte, and at the moment they are the main challengers to the tag team belt. He's sort of a mid-card guy outside of the tag team scene, not a huge presence. Casey the Cowboy Cashman, like I said, he's the top ace of the company. He's held the belt like for over, my backstory's gonna be he's held the belt for like over 800 days. He's only lost 1 or 2 matches ever in his entire time in the company. Sort of think like John Cena, but with Undertaker's WrestleMania record, something like that, Christina Stone, YouTube champion, face member of the Patriots tag team faction, and currently probably second or third in line to be challenging for the tag team belts. Eddie Price, he is one member of the I can't remember exactly their name, we'll get to it in a minute, but a tag team faction, and their whole shtick is kind of like 80s beach vibes. Think like the Outrunners, I suppose, in AEW. But that's their whole thing, is like they're cool guys from the 80s. Elson Asterio, we've already talked about him. High-flying luchador, biggest heel on the male side of the roster. Just a total bad guy all around. Isn't gonna challenge for any of the main belts, because that's not really what he's interested in. If anything, he'd be more likely to interfere in a random title match and screw over whoever the face is, even if he's not really involved in that particular feud. El Duarte translates to Cyclops or One Eye. This is Blackjack's tag team partner. He kind of has like a pirate theme going on, and he's also a member of the Misfits faction. Eve Taylor, she is a member of the King's Court faction, which is a faction led by a guy, we'll see it later. She's sort of just a striker, mid-card talent, a heel, but she's a heel that gets jeered by some people. Colorado Jr., just a big giant from Argentina, 6'8", 6'9" luchador, but even though he is a giant, he can still do high-flying moves, moonsaults, hurricane ranas, all that stuff, so an absolutely terrifying thing to witness in the ring. The Great Aoki, he's another giant. He is the leader. We have a lot of giants in this promotion. He is the leader of a faction called the Syndicate. He's like sort of a sumo style, think like Yokozuna. Hanzo, his whole shtick is that he is a samurai from the future. He is a member of the Syndicate faction. Haru, she was the longest reigning IWF Underground champion until she lost the championship to, what's his name? Justin Lee. Who is, funnily enough, a member of her faction. I don't think I realized that when I had her lose it to him. But she had defended the belt, for more than 100. Well, that wouldn't really make sense, but lost days, multiple defenses of the belt before losing it. She's also a member of the Syndicate. Jay Danger, he is Eddie Price's faction mate, tag team mate, sort of a comedy duo. Like, they're like purely lower card talent. They only have tag team matches outside of Royal Rumbles, but the crowd loves them. G. Cho from South Korea, he is a member of Money Incorporated. Just sort of definitely a heel striker type guy, all about the Benjamins. Jesus Gutierrez, this is a guy that is going to be El Sinisterio's major rival. I had not introduced him yet. I was going to have him debut at the Clash at the Cathedral Mexico show to kind of be the one who puts a stop to the reign of terror of El Sinisterio and Avalanche. He's like the biggest luchador in Mexico and one of the biggest faces in Mexico. You know, sort of like a Mystico type. And then his long-term girlfriend is his tag team partner. We'll see her later. Jimmy James, he is the leader of the Misfits faction. A singles guy. He is currently the #1 challenger to the Men's International Championship and is also trying to earn a title shot against Casey Cashman for the Men's Global Championship. He's probably the biggest sort of traditional heel on the roster, so not like El Sinisterio's or like an evil heel, but like a traditional, just sort of disrespectful heel. Jimmy James is probably the biggest one on the roster. JJ Dallas, his nickname is The Natural. He is the youngest member of the roster. He's from Germany. He's just a super athlete. He can do stuff in the ring that nobody else can do. But he is still quite green and has not had his big breakthrough moment yet. He's currently the #2 challenger for the Underground Championship. The Dark Horse, Justin Lee, he is the IWF Underground Champion. He is a face that is sort of always the eternal underdog. He always, goes down early, gets beat up, gets bloodied, and the crowd always wants to see him, rally from behind and get a win. And most of the time his rally falls just a little bit short, but sometimes, like against Haru for the belt, he pulls through and gets a win, and he's a massive, massive crowd favorite. Casey Gray, she is a giant. She's also a member of the King's Court faction. A big traditional heel giant, sort of like, I suppose, a Charlotte Flair type, but a heel version of Charlotte, although a lot of people think Charlotte's a heel. Just that, and she's just super extremely strong, powerful, bombs, tosses, things like that. Kid Alpha, we've already talked about him a little bit. He is the current Men's International Champion, and his goal is to win the Global Championship. At the moment, he was one of the biggest faces. At the moment, the crowd has turned on him because he had some dirty tactics against his rival to knock him out of the title spot and get the shot to challenge for the International Championship in his place, which he ended up winning. So he was a huge face. At the moment, the crowd doesn't like him, but he'll win them back. And like I said, him and his rival are the two up-and-coming main future aces to replace Casey Cashman. King Amari, he is the leader of the King's Court faction. Just a big powerhouse. Think sort of like a Braun Breaker type, extremely physical, fast, strong guy. Lone Star, the Texas Luchador, the American Luchador. He is Christina Stone's tag partner in the whatsoever, but definitely get some tag team action. Impact, representing Los Angeles, currently the number 5 challenger for the men's international champion, and he has sort of formed an alliance with Kid Alpha's rival over recent weeks, and Jimmy James has sort of, the leader of the Outlaws, has sort of keyed in here on Impact as the guy that he needs to neutralize because he's an up-and-coming threat and challenger for those men's titles. Mako Havili, the Samoan Shark. He does not get in the ring very much, definitely a part-timer at this point in his career, but he is just a giant animal in the ring, extremely strong and powerful, and he was the longest reigning men's international champion until Kid Alpha defeated him. Mama Muerte, she's a part of a heel faction that, honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember their name at the moment. We'll get into the factions in a little bit, but she's a heel Midcard talent. Mantaro, also a part of that same faction of Mama Muerte. Another heel on the Midcard heel on the roster. He's the number 1 challenger for the IWF Underground Championship. Just a powerhouse, not afraid to fight dirty. Do whatever it takes to win type. The redneck Mark Reed. This is sort of a guy I just kind of threw in last minute, to be honest with you. I didn't put a ton into him. I kind of was going for like a John Moxley vibe with him a little bit. The Mask. So we have this one tag team. Again, their name's now eluding me as well. He's tag team partner with the guy. He's basically part of the tag division, The Mask. And he has face paint on. His tag partner also has face paint, but he has the mask on top of that as well. Megumi, she is also a member of the Syndicate. She is a striker from Japan. Just all about strikes, kicks, punches, things like that nature. I had not done a ton with her at the time of recording these videos. Mick Wolf, he is a member of the King's Court, the final member of the King's Court. Powerhouse, the number 3 challenger to the men's international championship. And he sort of has this Roman centurion vibe going on. You can see there's this gear, and he also has a big Roman helmet as part of his walkout gear. Just a big heavyweight powerhouse. Mio Jogasaki, she's part of Money Incorporated, the female member of Money Incorporated from South Korea. Funny, I guess both of them are from South Korea. I didn't realize that. Just Midcard heel. Miss Fire, she is part of the Misfits, and she is part of their female tag team. They have a male tag team and a female tag team. Nick Prince, he is also a member of Money Incorporated, although for some reason it's not showing him as that here. He's sort of the main up-and-coming talent competing against JJ Dallas. There's sort of the 2 young guys, the kind of jockeying for position against each other, and he's currently the number 2 challenger for the YouTube Championship. Owen Scott, the true Scotsman, currently the number 2 challenger to the men's international championship. Basically just think Drew McIntyre with this guy, big, bold, Scottish guy with a lot of power moves. Paige Young, she's currently the number 1 challenger to the YouTube Championship. Riley Martin, she's in the tag team with Mama Muerte and Mantaro. They're in that tag division. They're currently number 2, number 3. They're challenging for that title, the tag titles. So Ripshot's whole thing is he's sort of very androgynous. Think like a gold dust type thing. He wears a big feather boa, like struts to the ring, that sort of thing. But very flashy moveset, low blows, things like that. Brass knuckles. Sammy Green, she's the other part of the female tag team for the Misfits. Sasha Slaughter, she's sort of like a Mercedes Monet, you could say, currently the number 2 challenger to the Women's International Championship. Very flashy, lots of jumps, moonsaults, flips, things like that in her moveset. Sophia Valentina, she's currently the Women's International Champion. I've already talked about her a little bit. Thunderbolt Sue Nguyen, the current Eternal Dragon Champion. And her whole shtick is she's sort of like a living superhero. Really fun sort of moveset from her. Tiger Suzuki, he's like basically a boxer. He's super fast, electrifying, like quick punches and kicks, all strikes, not much else. Tommy Saturn, this is Kid Alpha's main rival. And like I said, where Kid Alpha is all hard work and perseverance, Tommy Saturn is all natural talent, and the two of them absolutely hate each other. And he currently has sort of a newfound alliance with Impact, like I already mentioned. Victoria Reyes, this is Jesus Gutierrez's girlfriend. She will, though, like I said, their storyline was going to be challenging and defeating the Disciples of Darkness for those tag team titles. And that's going to have her be competing in the women's division as well. And then Ziggy. Ziggy is just straight up one of my mid-card talents that you need to buff out the roster. You see there on his shirt, trust no one, a light heavyweight striker. So that was the roster. Like I said, and I built all these characters out. These are all custom characters I built. So let's look at all the tag teams here and the ones that I made. So we have Disciples of Darkness. Like I said, El Nasterio and Avalanche. We have Fear, as I called them as Fear. That's Riley Martin, Mama Muerte, and Mandaro. Keep looking here. You have the King's Court. Man, the leader of that's King Amari. And you have McWolf, Casey Gray, and Eve Taylor. And then you have your men's tag team there. And then your women's tag team here. He's managing them. You have Los Conquistadores, and that's Jesus Gutierrez and Victoria Reyes. You have Madness, and that's Ripshot and the Mask, their whole thing, like I said. Sort of think, what's his name? The god from the Elder Scrolls. The one who's like the Dremora god of madness or insanity, whatever it is. That's their whole thing. The Misfits, this is your big heel faction. You have the Bad Girls, Sammy Green and Misfire, and the Militia, El Duarte and Blackjack, and they're led by Jimmy James. Money Inc., Chicho, Miyojo Kasaki. And now, yeah, there's supposed to be one more member here. Nick Princess was being here, so I don't know where he went. Be it the Ballers, it's just G-Show and Mio Dragasaki, and the Big Shots, it's Big Shot Brody and G-Show, but you just have one other member here as well. The Order, not the Syndicate, it's the Order. So this is your sort of face faction, I suppose. The Great Aoki managing them, then you have Haru and Megumi, which are the Hit Squad. And then you have the Blade Runners, which is Hanzo and Justin Lee. The Patriots, it's Christina Stone and Lone Star. You have those guys, yeah, that's their name, those guys. Jay Danger and Eddie Price. And that is the tag teams. So what I might do, I might like watch some matches here just because, you know, like we know that I'm never gonna be able to what do I want to say? Like I'm not gonna get this up the way I thought I'd be able to, but I can at least, you know, do something cool with this. So let's change this match. This is gonna be our underground match. Right. Where is underground? There, underground. It's gonna be a title match, so we're gonna go to our champions, and our title holder is Justin Lee. And who is the #1 challenger to this? I think it was Mantaro. It was. So Mantaro is our challenger for the IWF Underground Championship. Okay, then we have the tag team. We'll have those guys versus Aru and Hanzo. I'm not mad about that. We do not need, I don't think we need this match. We don't need this match either. Kid Alpha versus Jimmy James, we will have that. Although we're gonna add in an action. We're gonna add in a cheap shot post match. Attack. How do I do a post match? How do I do like a third party? I want Jimmy James. Third party entrance attack. How do I? Nah, it's never mind. So this match can change. Bella Cruz. I just don't want Bella Cruz here. But let's switch out Casey Cashman with let's bring in Casey Gray. Want that? Because she's not anywhere else. And we don't need this here, so we're just gonna customize this match completely. This is gonna be a gauntlet match with 4 entrants. Hold on. I don't want a gauntlet. I do want a gauntlet turmoil. That's what I want. Okay, so let's go. Tommy. And we're gonna go Brody. And we're gonna go Dallas. And we're gonna go Ripshot. Oh, that match. And we're not gonna watch all these, but there's some of them that I just think it'd be cool. So, and this will be a long video anyway, so like we'll just watch a little bit of this. Alright, let's start this show, and I'm not gonna control these. This can be a long video, I'm okay with that. Oh, do I have to pick So Dead End, this is one of the pay-per-views, like I said. And we have the women's title up there on the ladder. This is an outdoor show. Super, super cool. See the stage all set up with the IWF watermark down there in the right hand corner. And now I did give custom entrance videos to some of these people. But I'm going to be honest, part of the reason I'm not recording this series is because Universe Mode is just sort of like broken overall, it seems like. Like a lot of the times the videos wouldn't work, the entrances wouldn't work, and I'd have all sorts of issues, so that's Alexa Sunshine there. The challenger. And then here comes the champion, so her video is working at the very least. I did a little highlight reel for her. And that is Sophia Valentina. And look at her, she's very excited about this whole match. And she is also a barefoot wrestler, which is something interesting and different about her. Up there she is making her way to the ring, Sophia Valentina. And there is the Women's International Championship. It's up there on the ladder. And immediately Alexa Sunshine, she's going for an armbar. And again, no tapping, no pinfalls. They have to grab the title off the top, and Sophia's going for the ladder first and foremost. Papa Booey, putting that right into the ring. Oh. Alexa's getting a lot of your offense in here to start, though. Oh. Neck breaker. Now is she gonna try and set the ladder? She is. Of course, it's still way too early in the match for that. But Sophia's not learned that either. Is she gonna hit her with it? No, she's gonna set it up. And of course, does not go according to plan. And Alexa takes the ladder down. She gets grabbed from behind. Oh, reverse. Alexa grabs Sophia. Oh, throws her right in the corner. Boom, into the buckle. Going again. Yep. Oh my gosh. Just, the champion is not having a good time, to be fair. Oh. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a possum attack, I think is what they call it in the game. And Sophia is climbing the ladder to try and retrieve her belt, but Alexa is quick back into the ring and throwing punches, pulls her off the ladder. Reversal by Sophia, whip into the ropes, and reversal from Alexa. This is a really good start from Alexa Sunshine. She is completely in control of this match early. And now they're taking it outside the ring. Ooh, knee drop right to the head. And Alexa is reaching under the mat. She gets a chair. And she gets a couple of hits in with the chair on Sophia, but back to her feet, Sophia. Boom. Don't know what that move would be called. It's not a bomb, it's not a suplex, is it? Maybe it's a suplex. Now Sophia is getting her licks in. Oyster up in the air, and that is definitely a power bomb now. But now Sophia is grabbing the metal chair, and Alexa takes it right out of her hand. And now she has her in an armbar, applying the pressure. Sophia, she wants to tap. Again, tapping does not end the match. Oh, huge kick to the head there. And Sophia, I thought she was heading back into the ring, but she's climbing the top ropes. This is gonna be ugly, and it is a suicide dive off the finisher, charging for finisher. Oh, and she's got it. And it's an F5. Alexa Sunshine down for the count, but Sophia's not done. Now just unloading on her with the chair. She could have gone into the ring and tried to grab the title, but it was personal. Now Alexa hits her finisher. And she's pulled out a second ladder and has now hit Sophia with the ladder. She's gone back into the ring and now she's got a table. And she's putting the table in the ring. Don't know what she's thinking there. The AI does some very interesting things sometimes. Sophia now climbing the ladder with Alexa on the ground. But she's slow to get up that ladder and she's now been pushed right off. Elbow drop by Alexa. It has to be said that these women have not, just completely wrenching that arm there. Alexa going back. She's gotten like 4 or 5 weapons now at this point. She is just, this is very personal for her. Even more chair shots. Good lord, the amount of chair shots here is sky high. And then a leg drop from the second rope. And now Alexa's getting out the table. Oh my god, what is she doing with this table? She's charging up her finisher. Oh no. Oh, reversed. Pulled her in. Oh, right back into the arm bar. Sophia is she is really on the losing end of all of this here at the moment. Sophia reversed the arm bar, gets a couple of punches in. And now she's got Alexa in some sort of bear hug situation. Alexa works her way out of it. Oh, but Sophia right back at it into another sort of bear hug here. She's desperate. She seems desperate. And now they're just sort of looking at each other. It's okay. There we go. Alexa puts Sophia on the ropes. Oh my gosh, some sort of stomp to the chest. I don't know exactly what you called that. Alexa Sunshine is getting yet another weapon. Mind you, this woman is the face in this matchup. She is meant to be the good guy. And she's gotten at least 6 weapons now from under the ring. Sophia hits her with that Northern Lights bomb, sets the ladder back up. Goes in with a huge clothesline against the turnbuckle. But now Sophia is climbing the ladder. Let's see if she can get any more progress getting this belt down. Oh my god, she's not even going for the belt. She is an elbow drop from the top of the ladder right into Alexa Sunshine's back, and now with the kendo stick hitting her in the back of the head. Oh my god. Oh, an absolutely brutal display. An inhumane display. Climbing the ladder, and she's getting it. She has the belt in her hands. Can she get it unhooked? Oh my god, she's done it. Sophia Valentina has retained the IWF International Women's Championship against Alexa Sunshine in honestly a very weird match with a lot of weapons. A table at one point. There we go, and apparently it was a 4-star match, so what do I know? Now, this recording has already had a almost an hour, so I'm really just going to show one more match here. But I'd really like to watch this. I'd really like to watch this Tommy Saturn match. Let's look at who won. So, Justin Lee retained against Antaro, Haru and Hanzo beat Eddie Price, J Danger, Casey Gray beat Bella Cruz. But I want you guys to see Tommy Saturn. Tommy is the one that I was most happy with at the end of his creation. I just really like what sort of he turned into, and his whole character, everything I thought was great. So we're gonna see them come out now. Two superheroes start, one superhero eliminated, new superhero enters, elimination, hero, pinfalls, mission, disqualification, or count out. Okay, there you go. So, Gauntlet, Turmoil. Let's get our first competitor. I think I put everyone else on random, and here comes Tommy from Seattle, Washington. Like I said, this was my favorite guy. After creation, he was a last-minute addition as well. I originally did not have him planned, but I was sitting at 49 members of the roster. And I was like, you know what, I need to add a little something, so I came up with, I saw Tommy as the name. Like, I'm gonna make a guy named Tommy. And I was like going through all the different last names in the commentary list, and somehow Tommy Saturn just sort of sat right with me. And he has this sequined pink sort of jacket, this hooded jacket. He has the platinum silver hair, and he has a super athletic moveset. Watch this move here. He does get in the ring over, into a spin, and then, oh yeah, Tommy Saturn absolutely rocks. And let's see his opponent. Okay, we got Big Shot Brody. Big Shot Brody again. This is the leader of Money Inc. Here he comes into the ring. And I gave him this sort of like Elvis jumpsuit. This is his in-ring attire. He's usually wearing like a suit when he's acting as a manager. But I thought this is like a really cool vibe for Big Shot Brody. He's just, he's a big shot. He's here to make money. And look at the guy. Big guy. Big guy. But I just want to see some Tommy Saturn in action here. Let you guys see some Tommy Saturn in action here. Ready, boom. What we got? Oosh. But of course, Big Shot Brody is a giant, so he's gonna do that. Oh, jump off the ropes with the Superman punch. Get him up and a slam. Knee to the face. Off the rope. Dive. Like, I'm just saying, guys, like you're seeing Tommy, right? This is the most talented man on the roster. Pure talent and athleticism just comes naturally to him. A big shot. Oh, get the kick. Knee drop. Stomp. And then gets on top, and he's just disrespecting. Now again, remember, he is a giant. He is super strong. Oh, Tommy with, two to the stomach. And the spinning back fist. Couple of kicks to the stomach. Oh, big hit there to the head. Knee drop. Oh, number 3 for good measure. And then just boom. Couple punches. Tommy, he never stops. Does not take breaks. Off the ropes again. Oh my gosh. Backflip. I don't know what you call that. Splash. goes for an early pin. Probably a little bit too early there, Tommy. But, just 3 more guys waiting for him. Boom. Kick. Get Brody up. Oh, but he reverses it, tosses him down. Big shot. Brody's no slouch. Huge slam there, throwing Tommy down to the mat. Get him up. Yeah, the ropes. Massive kick. Just a big high boot there. Big boot, and not high boot. Yanking that neck, putting all that torque, all that size right there on Tommy's neck. Oh, off the rope. Oh, that's 350 pounds a man coming down the back of your neck right there if you're Tommy Saturn. It's not what you want. And he just tosses him like a rag doll. Puts his foot on him. 1, 2. Tommy kicks out at 2. Stomping. Going for another disrespectful quick pin. Tommy kicks out again. Oh, kicked him off. What's Tommy gonna do now? Brody's getting up into the corner. Oh, just a disrespectful kick. These two guys do not like each other. Tommy gets him in the Styles Clash. Pin attempt. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. That signature move for Tommy is the Styles Clash. But now he's going charging up his finisher. Tosses Brody, and it's the hidden blade. Lift the leg. 1, 2, 3. So Big Shot Brody has been eliminated. Now we see who's next. That is the Natural J. Dallas. Now these two do not really have beef. There's no bad blood between these guys. They're both faces. But JJ Dallas and Tommy, they probably wrestle a bit of a similar style, an athletic style. But Tommy, obviously, the more experienced of the two. JJ still, I don't know if I ever said it, but I think he's like somewhere between 18 and 21 years old, something like that. I'm still quite young as far as wrestling is concerned. So, I was kind of thinking of what's his name in NXT. The kid from NXT was kind of what I was thinking when I was making JJ Dallas. I can't think of his name at the moment. But the super athletic kid in NXT. Tommy's telling him, get up to your feet. Oh, that was brutal from Tommy. Get the leg. Oh, kick right to the groin. Up and over. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what you called that. That's like a complete front flip splash off the top rope. Dallas kicks out. And then a kick to the face. Kick. The stomach. Oh, elbow drop right to the forehead. Oh, unloading on Thomas Saturn. Slam. Wrench the arm, flip him over. Oh, and he got him in a... What's that? The face... face wash, face rake, something like that, I believe. That's that Chris Benoit move off the middle rope kick. Like I said, Tommy got those kicks, those flips, all that sort of stuff that a certain type of wrestling fan hates. Oh, JJ reverses that move out of the Irish whip. Now tossing Tommy into the ropes and picks him up to Nice little shiner right there. JJ off the top rope goes for a kick, misses. Tommy into the corner. Oh, just the two of them going back and forth. Like I said, very similar style, these two guys. And JJ throws Tommy out of the ring. Remember, he can't lose to DQ, so now JJ's out there. Oh, they're just, oh my god, they're just giving it their all. Two of the best athletes in the entire company. Oh, and a flying elbow drop off the turnbuckle out of the ring. And he tosses JJ back into the ring, and JJ is in bad shape. Tommy goes for the pin. 1, 2, kick out at 2. But you get the feeling JJ is not far away from eating that pin. Tommy back to his feet, into the ropes, picks him up, slams him. It's JJ's turn now. Kick to the back. He's telling Tommy to get to his feet. JJ off the top, reversed. And Tommy, oh, with a, don't know what you call that, a twisting F5. 1, 2, and a kick out again. That's actually insane. JJ Dallas is taking everything that the most talented man on the roster is throwing at him, and he's telling him, not good enough, buddy. Not good enough. Oh, knee drop right to the chest. Tommy's showboating. Tommy's feeling himself. And it's over. He's giving him the finger guns, pointing right at him, and there is, I think they're both the hidden blade, I don't know, but he hits in a couple different ways, and that's the 1, 2, 3, and JJ Dallas is eliminated. So Tommy Saturn's final opponent is Rip Shot. Like I said, Rip Shot is a wild card. He has a really unique skill set, move set, and a very unorthodox wrestler. Oh, jumping right on Tommy's arm there. Kicks to the legs, kicking Tommy's legs. Now Tommy's body is pretty hurt. It has to be said. Rip Shot off the top rope, double kick to the head. Tommy dragging himself up into the corner, and Rip Shot, oh, cannot get it. I don't know what you'd even call that, but he did not land it regardless. But Tommy throws him into the corner. He's ready. 1, kick out at 1. Leg drop, give him that Hulk Hogan leg drop right to the back of the neck. Rip Shot now getting some offense and some punches. He picks Tommy up and, oh, some sort of reverse driver, don't know what that is, off the top rope, frog splash, misses. And now they're just trading punches back and forth, chopping each other. Oh, come on. So he's saying, come on. Rip Shot's asking for it. He said, give me some more punches. And Tommy gives him exactly what he's asking for. Gets him on his back. Oh, he's yanking his arms back and just kicking him in the back. And Rip Shot's face paint is completely smeared at this point. He rolls falls under Tommy, and oh, a double kick right to Tommy's knee. Kick to the back. Ripshot now. Oh, he's charging up his finisher. What's Tommy gonna do? And he gets him, pulls him down, and he is Tommy in some sort of choke. His legs are completely wrapped around Tommy's throat, but Tommy kicks out. But Ripshot is being relentless. So much offense at the moment. He climbs up to the middle rope. Just hammer fist off the middle rope into Tommy's chest. Knee to the chin. Tommy is in a really rough way at the moment. The top rope, Tommy reverses it. He's working his way back into this match. And he hits Ripshot with Styles Clash. This one might be over. 1, 2, kick out at 2. But Tommy has 2 finishers. Charging up his first one. Hidden Blade. Ripshot. 1, 2. Kicks out at 2. After the Hidden Blade. This one is going the distance. Oh. But Tommy still has one more finisher. And there it is, the finger gun. Ripshot has to reverse this or it's over. And I think it is over. Tommy Saturn has beaten the Gauntlet. And proven once again why he is the most talented wrestler in the IWF. So guys, I know this is probably a bit crazy. Like, who does this sort of thing? Who does all this? Well, realistically, I was doing all this for you guys. I so badly wanted this to be a video series that I was able to do either on this channel or the second channel. But logistically, it just was not feasible for me to do it. And so I didn't want all that time and effort to be for waste. So I wanted to at least do this and show you guys what this could have been. Maybe in the future when I have more time on my hands I'll be able to do something like this, but I at least hope you guys enjoyed this little snippet of this. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this every single week. Until next time, guys.